Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, I'm out here testing some ammo. I have the RIP ammo by G2 Research, and I'm comparing it to just standard hollow points. I have some Remington jacketed hollow points. And the testing I've done so far, I tried making a couple of videos, but it's been inconclusive. I bought a bunch of meat. I was trying to get some free from a butcher, like some scraps or something, but you know, it's all tax write-off, so they can't give it away. So anyway, I chalked it up, bought a bunch of meat, and I bought 2 hams, 2 beef roasts, a couple shin bones, and a rack of ribs. All right, so I was out here doing testing on individual pieces, but it was kind of, I don't know, it didn't show a good comparison. Like, for example, the first time I shot the one ham, one round went through bone, straight up bone, because my shot was off, and the other one went, you know, through the side of the meat, so it didn't show anything, basically. So instead of continuously wasting meat, I figured I would just stack it all up together, so there's a better chance of it stopping. So what we have here is a rack of beef ribs, okay, because most of our organs are protected by ribs. That's what they're there for. And there's obviously meat and fat on there as well, and there's a layer of saran wrap over that to represent skin. So we have a rack of ribs. Behind that we have a fresh ham that wasn't shot. Kind of tucked on the sides are the beef shins, and then some of the beef like brisket behind it. All right, and then the other shot ham behind that. So hopefully these will actually stop the rounds and we can kind of compare them directly to each other. All right, so let's back up here. So the first shot is going to be that G2 RIP ammo, and our second shot is going to be the jacketed hollow point. Okay, so the RIP ammo I'm going to shoot towards the right of the ribs. Okay, and then I'm looking at the right here. I'm pointing at it the right, but I'm looking at the viewfinder and I'm way off. So there we go, the right side. And then the jacketed hollow point will be on the left side, and we'll directly compare the penetration and the damage that it does. All right. So the gun I'm using is 3rd gen Glock 19. All right. So again, RIP ammo on the right, standard hollow point on the left. So let me put my eye protection and ear protection on, and we'll get going. All right. Here we go. Okay, gun is cleared. Let's go take a look at the damage here. All right, so you can see the RIP ammo hit bone. There's the entrance hole. Okay, blew completely through the rack of ribs. All right, went to the side of the ham. All right, hit part of the bone here, chipped out a lot of bone. There's a little piece of one of those trocars. Okay. Looks like nothing really hit these shin bones, and the beef roast looks to be totally intact. All right, I'm assuming that the trocars, actually here's another piece deep down in there. I don't think I pushed it further. Again, just a trocar. I don't know where the center or the base actually ended up. It might have ricocheted off the bone. All right, but I don't see any actual trocars stuck in the bone or meat anywhere. Okay, it definitely didn't hit this. All right, so that's the one. Compared to standard hollow point, which went in between the ribs, so didn't hit any bone here. Went through the ham, blew a very large, much larger cavity than the RIP ammo. Went to the back of there, went into the other ham. I mean, that wound hole goes all the way down. My finger's not long enough to go through there. All right. And then it blew out the back of the ham. Okay, if you guys can see that. Very, very large cavity. So we're gonna try this again, but I'm gonna put these shin bones right up front. So I want a direct impact. I mean, just looking at this is a very unscientific demonstration, but you know, and of course the fact that this hit bone in the beginning does change things as well. The standard hollow point definitely looks to be way more effective. But again, let's put these shin bones right up front and try to get a direct shot and see what that does. All right. So again, I'll load up one of each round again. All right, so we're gonna do this again. Put the jacketed hollow point at the bottom. Rip ammo on top. All right, so again, first shot will be the rip ammo. I'm gonna try to shoot to the right, try to hit one of those bones dead on, and then do the same on the left with the standard hollow point. Put my eyes and ears on, and then we're gonna get to it. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna shoot the remaining bone that's standing up, hopefully. Oh yeah, definitely hit it. All right, so gun's unloaded. Let's go check out the carnage here. All right. So, here's the shot with the rip ammo. Okay, you can see it definitely broke bone, chipped out a lot of pieces. However, it did not penetrate all the way through. Okay, I'm not sure if this was upright or down, but it doesn't matter. Hit it pretty dead on, and you know, made a mess here, but it didn't penetrate all the way through. Okay, all right, I'm trying to line this up so you can see how it was, but jacketed hollow point went through, split off a lot of the bone, and actually penetrated through, hit the bottom of the ribs, and went through bone. And then, let's see, it looks like it went underneath the turkey. I don't know, well, let's see, this looks like, no, it's right here. All right, so it's part of the jacketed hollow point. All right, so the rip ammo was stopped by the shin bone, and the jacketed hollow point was not, and then penetrated through a little bit more bone until it stopped. So interesting. I'll line this back up, and we're going to do, I have two bones that are intact here, so I'm going to try this again with the 380. All right, so I have the 380 rip ammo in the Kel-Tec P3AT. So let's do it again through these bones. All right, let's give this one more shot. Again, this time with 380. So I have some Winchester jacketed hollow points, as well as some rip ammo in 380. All right, so let's put the jacketed hollow point on the bottom, rip ammo on top, and do the same thing. I'm gonna try to shoot the second rib from the left first, then the left rib. All right, add a little Kel-Tec. Put my hearing protection on, eye protection. All right, here we go. All right, that's the rip ammo. Let me go stand up the bone, and we'll shoot the regular jacketed hollow point. All right, let's make sure the gun is unloaded. Let's go take a look at the damage. Again, this is the 380. All right, so rip ammo. Again, shattered bone. Did not penetrate through all the way. Okay, no sign. Actually, a little sign, I suppose. Can't really tell if that's the... It's still hot. And damn jagged, too. Can't tell if that's the rip ammo or the hollow point. Man, that's really hot. Alright, so... Here's the jacketed hollow point. Same deal on the bone. Didn't penetrate all the way through. Busted it all open. Yeah, so I mean, in conclusion, obviously being very unscientific, just stacking up a bunch of meat and bone and going at it. My shots aren't completely consistent, so that does change things. However, from what I've seen here, I'm going to stick with my jacketed hollow points. The rip ammo seems effective, for sure. I mean, for people to say it's total crap and it doesn't work, that's BS. It definitely works. It's a substantial ammunition. It just seems like in the same caliber and the same size round or the same grain bullet. A traditional hollow point seems to do a little bit of a better job. Definitely bigger wound cavities. So wherever those trocars are going, they're not going through bone. I'd have to conclude that the rip ammo is not BS. It's decent ammo for sure, but still doesn't look quite as good as traditional jacket hollow point. So that being said, I'm gonna rip through the rest of the rip right now because I ain't gonna use it. Let's blow the hell out of this meat. All right, guys, real quick, just for shits and giggles, there's the barrel that I still have to kill. I load this up with 15 rounds because I want to slaughter the rest of the meat there. Before I do, I'm going to take one shot at that barrel to see what it does. All right, this is the rip ammo. All right, so let's make the gun safe. Go check it out real quick. All right, so here's the entrance hole. And there's the exit hole through there. All right, so it punched right through. Seems very impressive, but most rounds will do that. Even regular hollow points punch through. That's how I originally got holes in this barrel, so it can breathe. What I was kind of hoping is that once it hit this, it would spread out, and I was wondering if those trocars would penetrate through, but obviously we're not going to find that out. So let's get back to shooting meat. All right, so now I got 14 rounds left. Let's zoom in for you, and let's blow the hell out of this pile of meat. I was trying to salvage it. There's no way. It's sitting on the dirty ground, getting rolled around, there's shards of bone. There's lead in there now, so screw it. Here we go. So there you go. Rip ammo is awesome for, blowing up a pile of meat and bone. It's a lot of fun, but that's pretty much it. I'm going to stick with my original ammo. But I am here to tell you that rip ammo, it's not totally bogus. It's still an effective round. It would still hurt someone, definitely kill someone. Those little trocars will not pass through bone. Okay, so if that's your question, hey, is it going to blow through ribs and rip up your heart and lungs and all that stuff? Not unless it squeezes in between the ribs. It's not going to make it through. All right, so there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.